been a busy year or two for the people at Mercedes-Benz India. When they're not launching new cars altogether, they're busy updating the old ones and giving them fresh new names. Now, the ML became the GLE, the GL became the GLS, and now it's the turn of the SLK that's become the SLC. It's got a new look, it's got new mechanicals, and it's also got a brand new price. Let's see what it's like. First things first, Mercedes has launched the SLC in AMG, guys. However, this is the 43 AMG, so it's not the full fat AMG experience. In its journey from SLK to SLC, Merc's Roadster has got a new nose. It's not a radical change, but it is very contemporary Mercedes. The grille with its diamond effect looks quite exquisite, and the bumpers are pure AMG. The headlights are new too, and their LEDs constantly adjust to optimize brightness while reducing glare for oncoming traffic. There are fewer changes elsewhere, but the long bonnet short tail look still looks very classic. And doesn't the metallic red paint just look sexy? But what about the cabin? I do wish Mercedes-Benz designers spent a bit more time on the inside, because the SLC's cabin looks just like a straight carryover from the SLK's. Yes, there is a new infotainment system and there is fresher detailing here and there, but items like the center console just look and feel outdated today because we've seen them on so many Mercs before. Still, the trim is sporty, the sports seats are supportive, and there's nice red stitching all over. As mentioned, the infotainment system is new, and though not the most intuitive of systems around, it does get navigation and even Apple CarPlay. But if there's one thing that the SLK and now the SLC will be best known for, it's got to be the foldable hardtop roof. So the conditions are good right now. It's not raining. The weather is nice. The roads are empty. I've got a nice car with me. I think it's go time. But before I get into the thick of things, a word on the SLC 43's engine. Well, the SLK 55's naturally aspirated V8 has been replaced by a twin-turbo 3-litre V6 unit. Peak power is 367 HP and max torque is 520 Nm, available in the 2000 to 4200 RPM range. Compared to the SLK 55, the SLC 43 uses a smaller engine. It's got 2 turbos. It makes less power but more torque. The question is, does it feel AMG enough? The answer is yes and no. If you like your AMGs to bubble and growl like the big V8, then you might not like it as much. But this thing still sounds very good. It rasps, it snarls when you really push it, and it's also got AMG Sport exhaust, so it'll pop and crackle, adding to the soundtrack. Where the SLC 43 feels like a proper AMG is the way it goes. There we go! 100 kph comes up in just 5.1 seconds, but thanks to the turbos, you don't have to wind the engine to get to its best. There's strong punch from low down in the rev band, and you get that pushback in your seat pretty much as soon as you lay down on the throttle pedal. In fact, the SLC 43 is a whole lot quicker than the SLK 55 through the gears. Speaking of gears, the SLC uses Merc's latest 9-speed gearbox, 2 up on the SLK 55, and it's made a big difference. The SLC 43's gearbox works really well with the engine. It's lenient enough in automatic mode, it's responsive to tugs at the pedals, and then you have the option to go to full manual mode. So that gives you the chance to hold gear at 6,500 RPM, take in all the sounds of the engine, and then once you're done, just back up with pedals and move on to the next gear. There are 5 driving modes that alter powertrain characteristics as well as the sound. Sport and Sport Plus with the ESP set to sport handling are where you want to be for Max 1. Steering weight also changes with each mode. Mercedes has also reworked the suspension and steering for the SLC, but have the changes done their bit to enhance the overall driving experience? Yes, they have. The SLC 43 seems to have taken a few steps up in the handling game as well. It's more responsive to the steering, it's more attentive to where you want it to go, and in general there's quite a lot of front-end bite. But is it the most dynamically sorted of the convertibles on sale in India? Probably not. Is it fun? Definitely yes. SLC also works surprisingly well in everyday conditions. Ground clearance, it's got enough. You will have to work your way around the speed breakers, but it's not bad. This is an AMG, so the ride is on the firmer side, but again, you can live with it. It's not backbreakingly bad. But on the rough stuff, you can tell the SLC 43 isn't the most rigid of convertibles around. It doesn't feel as tight as something like a Porsche Boxster, for instance. There is that typical convertible scuttle shake that you get. And the thing is, the SLC 43, for all its improvements, does feel like a newer version of what is now a fairly old car. Mercedes has launched the SLC 43 for 77.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. Now, there are 2 ways to look at the price. If you see it in light of the older SLK 55, the SLC comes across as a steal because it's 50 lakh rupees cheaper, yet gets you similar performance, fresher exteriors, and a bit more equipment on the inside. The other way to look at the SLC's pricing is that now it's comparable to rivals like the BMW Z4 and the upcoming Porsche 718 Boxster. Question is this the best convertible you can buy for this price? I think we'll have to bring all of them together to get you the answer.